It started as a normal school morning. Students were in their seats, teachers were moving through lesson plans. The hallway noise was the usual mix of chatter and backpacks hitting lockers. But within minutes, that ordinary day would turn into something those kids will never forget. Because walking through those school doors was not a substitute teacher or a district official. It was Shedeur Sanders. And the moment his name spread through the building, everything changed. What followed was more than just a surprise visit. It was a powerful reminder that sometimes the biggest stars make the biggest impact off the field.
Where do you think Dion ranking you right now on the Suns?
No one saw it coming. There was no announcement the week before, no posters, no countdown, just a quiet arrival that turned into controlled chaos in seconds. One classroom door opened and suddenly a few students froze. Then whispers started. Then someone said it out loud, "That's Shedeur." And just like that, the atmosphere shifted. Teachers who were mid-sentence stopped talking. Students who had been half-focused suddenly sat upright. Some covered their mouths in disbelief. Others immediately jumped out of their seats before being told to sit back down. The reaction was raw and real, not staged, not rehearsed, just pure excitement.
Just be thankful that you have an opportunity, because during the process, all I wanted, was... Okay, so I'm trying to work on, keep... Nobody else, because nobody gonna be there when you gotta pay rent. You feel me? When you got all these different type of problems, it depends on your situation or anything, but the older you get, the more problems, and you're gonna understand what real life is, and it's pros and cons to it.
Shedeur did not enter like a celebrity demanding attention. He walked in calmly, smiling, greeting students one by one, but the impact of his presence was massive. For those kids, this was not just a quarterback from the Cleveland Browns. This was someone they watch on Sundays, someone they debate about at lunch, someone whose highlights they replay on their phones. And now he was standing right in front of them.
How's everybody doing?
The energy spread through the building fast. Classrooms emptied into hallways. Administrators tried to keep things organized, but even they were smiling, because moments like this do not happen often. What made it even more powerful was the surprise element. There's something different about not knowing something special is about to happen. It hits harder. It feels bigger. For those students, that day stopped being about math tests or homework assignments. It became about possibility, about seeing someone who made it to the highest level walk into their world without warning and choose to spend time with them. And that's how an ordinary school day instantly became unforgettable. At first, some students thought it was a joke, a look-alike, maybe a prank. But once they heard him speak, once they saw that familiar smile and voice, the realization hit. It was really him. And that's when the building erupted.
What do you say? Oh, when I did that, I just felt disrespected at the time. My dad's who he is, and I'm gonna be who I am regardless. I'm always gonna be his son. So it was like, I looked at it and I shifted my thoughts. It's just feeling like, okay, that's negative, that's positive. That's why that's why I'd be happy. It's like, oh, if people say, oh, you did this because I'm thankful my dad took the opportunity to do what he was supposed to do. So I don't ever feel shame or feel anything like that.
Phones came out, hands went up. Students who usually sit quietly in the back of the room suddenly wanted to ask questions. You could see it in their faces, disbelief turning into excitement, excitement turning into inspiration. Because for many of these kids, Shedeur represents more than football. He represents success at a young age, confidence, discipline, belief. When someone you admire steps into your environment, it changes the way you see yourself. The distance between dream and reality suddenly feels smaller. He's not just on television anymore. He's right there in your school hallway. Some students were shaking. Others couldn't stop smiling. A few were completely speechless. Teachers later said they had never seen that level of positive energy spread so quickly. It wasn't disruptive in a negative way, it was electric in a hopeful way. Shedeur fed off that energy too. He laughed with them, he asked about their grades, he asked who plays football. He wanted to know their goals, and when he listened, he actually listened. That mattered. Because kids know when someone is just showing up for a quick appearance. This felt different, this felt personal. In that moment, he wasn't distant, he was present. And for a building full of young students, many of whom may not often see NFL players in their neighborhood, that presence meant everything. It wasn't just excitement, it was validation. Shedeur's visit was not only about autographs or selfies, it was about representation, and that carries weight far beyond sports. When young students see someone who looks like them, talks like them, and comes from a similar background achieving at the highest level, it shifts something internally. It expands what feels possible. Representation sends a message without even saying a word. You belong here too. For many of those kids, especially young black students, seeing Shedeur stand confidently as an NFL quarterback means something deeper. It challenges limitations. It pushes back against narratives that say success is rare or unreachable. Shedeur understands that spotlight. He was raised around it. He knows what expectations feel like. But instead of letting that distance him from the community, he uses it to connect. During his visit, he didn't just talk about football drills or touchdowns. He talked about school, about discipline, about handling pressure, about staying focused when distractions come. Those lessons apply far beyond the field. Representation also matters because it humanizes success. It shows that athletes are not just highlights and headlines. They are people who once sat in classrooms just like this, people who had homework, people who had doubts.
I just wanted to come out and see y'all. We working out every day. We got a purpose. We got something we're trying to accomplish and achieve. But what inspires me to keep going, I would say, knowing I got a lot of people watching me, knowing that I'm a positive influence to the youth. That's why I say what keeps me going. So like even coming here seeing y'all, it's not like I have to do anything. I choose to do it. You got two ways you could go about it. You could do what you want to do, not listen and see how it pan out, or you could listen to somebody that got your best interest, that wants the best for you, and then go down that route. So everybody has free will in this room.
When Shedeur stood in front of those students, he was proof that dreams are not reserved for someone else. They're not limited by zip code.
And that is powerful. Because sometimes inspiration does not come from a speech, it comes from presence, from proximity, from seeing someone who made it choose to walk back into spaces like yours. That kind of representation plants seeds, and you never know which student in that room will grow into something extraordinary because of that one unexpected visit. What stood out the most was not just that Shedeur showed up, it was how he showed up. He did not stand at the front of the gym and wave from a distance. He moved through the crowd. He made eye contact. He bent down to speak to younger kids at their level. He took his time. Every student who wanted a photo got one. Every hand that reached out was met with a handshake or a high five. There were no rushed interactions, no visible impatience, and that matters more than people realize. For a child, even 10 seconds of genuine attention from someone they admire can stay with them forever. Shedeur understood that. You could see it in the way he listened when students spoke. When one kid nervously told him he plays quarterback too, Shedeur did not brush it off. He asked what grade he was in. He asked how practice was going. He told him to keep working. Those small conversations build confidence. There was laughter. There were jokes. There were moments where the room felt less like a school and more like a family gathering. And that comfort did not happen by accident. It happened because Shedeur made it feel safe and personal.
Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders made a surprise visit to the students over at Roosevelt Middle School in West Palm Beach. During his visit, Sanders spoke with students and encouraged them to dream big, work hard, and believe in their purpose. He also preached the importance of staying disciplined while chasing your goals. The school says their students left motivated to achieve their dreams both on and off the field.
He did not create distance between himself and the students. He removed it. That is rare at his level. Many athletes attend events, shake a few hands, and leave. Shedeur stayed engaged. He stayed present. And by the time he walked out of that building, it was clear that this was not just a visit, it was a connection, one that those students will talk about for years. While the students were overwhelmed with excitement, the teachers and staff were watching something deeper unfold. They see these kids every single day. They see their struggles, their potential, their challenges. So when someone like Shedeur steps in and reinforces positive messages, it hits differently. He did not ignore the adults in the room. He acknowledged them. He thanked them for the work they do. He spoke about how important teachers were in his own journey. That recognition matters more than most people understand. Educators often work long hours with limited resources. They invest emotionally in students who are navigating difficult circumstances, and sometimes that effort goes unseen. But when an NFL quarterback stands in front of your students and says, "Listen to your teachers, respect them, they are helping you build your future," it strengthens the authority and encouragement those educators already provide. Several staff members were visibly emotional because it is not every day that someone at Shedeur's level validates their role publicly. It reinforces that what happens inside those classrooms is just as important as what happens inside a stadium. He also emphasized discipline and consistency. He spoke about how talent alone is not enough. That message aligns perfectly with what teachers preach daily. In that sense, the visit was not just motivational for students, it was empowering for staff. It reminded everyone in that building that they are shaping futures. And sometimes all it takes is one respected voice to amplify the work that has been happening quietly for years. When you combine everything, the school visit, the personal interactions, the message to teachers, and the consistent pattern of giving back, one thing becomes clear. Shedeur Sanders is building something bigger than a football career. He is building a legacy. And legacy is not defined by passing yards. It is defined by moments like this. Because years from now, people might forget the exact stats from a random regular season game. But those students will never forget the day he walked into their school. They will remember the handshake, the smile, the words of encouragement, the feeling that someone important believed in them. That is impact. Shedeur understands that influence is temporary if it is only used for performance. But when influence is used to uplift others, it multiplies. It stretches beyond stadium walls. It enters classrooms. It reaches homes. It shapes mindsets. And that's where true greatness lives. For young athletes watching him, the message is clear. Success is not just about making it, it's about reaching back. For students who may not even care about football, the lesson still applies. Discipline matters. Education matters. Character matters. This visit was more than excitement. It planted confidence and belief in students who needed it most. Shedeur shows leadership through action, using his platform with purpose. His impact goes beyond football, proving real greatness is measured by community influence. Share your thoughts below.